Are you surprised by the reaction
No.
from the outside of what people are saying about the exodus?
No, not whatsoever, because it's always been that way. I'm used to that. I'm accustomed to adversity. I'm accustomed to having and understanding ridicule.
Most influential people in the sport talking about the sport globally. This time on the Joel Klatt Show's Big Noon Conversations, I talked to Coach Prime about why he picked Colorado.
Coach Prime,
Yes, sir.
thank you for being here, man. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. It's
Thank you
great
for
to see
having
you.
me.
This has been a really fun series to go around and talk with what I consider to be the most influential people in college football.
I'm honored.
Absolutely.
I'm honored.
Absolutely. Now, to some degree, I should say, welcome, because this is my home in a lot of regards.
This is your house.
not my house, but I remember when I was, I was 5-6 years old, my dad bringing me and sitting me in the north stands here at Folsom for my first college game. That's where I fell in love with college football. That love has continued. You know, it's why I love my job so much.
That's unbelievable, man.
Wanted to play here. So I know why I love this place. I'm interested just to hear you, why Colorado?
Why
are you
not?
here?
Why not? First of all, our beloved AD, Rick George, gave me a tremendous opportunity. He laid something in front of me, and I saw candidly a need. I'm a need to be needed type person. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I said it. Okay, you show me a need, I got you.
That's right.
You show me you don't need me, I got you still. I won't be around. There was a tremendous need, a tremendous want, a tremendous desire of excellence. I love that challenge. That's what wakes me up in the morning. That's what gets me going. That's what makes me, start moving and bouncing. That here goes an opportunity for another challenge. Why do you think I went from Atlanta to San Francisco to Dallas? It's a challenge, man. I thrive on that type of stuff, and I love it. And he gave me this opportunity, and I took it and ran with it.
You know, it's fascinating from my seat because I evaluate teams.
Yeah.
I know what Colorado was. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people do.
Yes, they do.
They see the
do.
record, right?
No,
they see
do.
1-11, but there's other teams that had one win.
They
don't know what this was, man.
They do. They just want to take a shot at me, and I'm good with that. They do. They know what it was. But this is their opportunity to take a shot. But they better shoot now.
Sure.
Because in a moment, you're not going to be able to shoot.
This is a program that was 1-11, lost those 11 games by 29 points by average. 29.
Yeah.
The next closest in the Power 5, by the way, was Northwestern.
Right.
14 points.
Right.
I mean, doubled them up.
Right.
And so when I saw what was happening, I thought to myself, good. All right, this is what needs to happen.
Right.
This is what the rules allow in your first year as a coach. You've got to turn
You
over
mean
the
the
roster.
Exodus.
That's absolutely right.
You mean first I was the Genesis coming in, but okay, now there's
And now there's Exodus. Here we go. That's
there you
right.
go.
Are you surprised by the reaction
No.
from the outside of what people are saying about the Exodus?
No, not whatsoever, because it's always been that way. Even when I was starting out in sports, I was the one that was not voted most likely to succeed. Undersized, this and that. It was always a problem. It was always that, until I got out there and did it. Then, we knew all along he was going. No, you didn't. Stop. So, I'm used to that. I'm accustomed to adversity. I'm accustomed to having and understanding ridicule and disbelief.
From my seat, I think it's like almost like a prime effect.
Right.
And the prime effect is that those that want to see you fail, everything that happens, they're going to take and make it a 10.
Right.
You know, so they're going to multiply everything that they say and do by a 10.
True.
And then there are people that also think everything that you do is the best. And they're going to multiply it by 10. So everything that happens, every bit of coverage that you get or have gotten now that you're at Colorado has been multiplied by 10, one way
True.
or the other. To
True.
me, that's the prime
Somewhat,
effect.
yeah. You can say that, but some of it is without reason or understanding or intelligence of the matter. When the president gets the seat of being the president, what happens to the cabinet?
He enacts his agenda, right?
So what am I doing that's no different than any CEO or any person of standard or status that have claimed this position? I got to get it right. The problem is I value now so much that I ain't looking at yesterday and I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. I'm now. So my feeling and my thought and my understanding is I got to get it right now. Let's go get it now.
By the way, that's what the rules are built for that. Your
Yeah.
first year, you can turn over like this.
We did this before.
Next year, you can't.
Right.
So I'm interested to and I know that, listen, you've got a lot, you want to be where your feet are, you want to be now.
Right.
But as you start projecting over and you start looking at the 24 class, what will it look like moving forward? Because it won't look like this.
It better not,
Right.
because that means we missed.
Right.
That means we didn't assess talent properly. And we've missed on a few young men that we brought in with us. But they forgot to point it out that we got rid of them too. Because we missed. We were wrong. Sometimes you got to say, okay, I'm wrong. Okay, we missed. And let's go get it right. So now, when we talk about smart, tough, fast, discipline with character, we mean that. We don't need 2 out of 5. This ain't baseball. Okay? Okay.
I was going to say, I'll take 2 out of 5 if it was baseball.
No, this ain't baseball. We can't get 2 out of 5. We got to get it right. So we're getting it right. And we're getting the type of kids that we want and the type of kids that want to go to the next level, want to get a good education, and are humble in the point that, hey, man, you guys got the blueprint. You guys are the navigational system. Take us where you want us to go. We've assumed those type of kids, and they can flat out play. And I can't wait till the public see them get down.
Well, I mean, take us into, like, what do you think your team will look like, feel like, the identity of your team?
Smart, tough, fast, disciplined, with character.
I walked into that one.
We're going to go get that ball, man.
Yeah.
Like people made a big stink out of who we let go, but not a big stink out of who we brought in.
Right.
You're going to start looking at really eyeballing who we brought in and what they bring to the table. See, now there's competition at practice. Forget offense versus defense. I'm talking about versus the rush ends, the inside guys, the linebackers. You got to compete to even get on the darn field. The secondary, everybody 6 foot and above at the cornerback's position, that long arms, jump out the gym, very athletic, and can house that thing if they get it. Safeties, physical, versatile, can cover the slot, but they're bangers. Not only that, they can cover in their ball getters.
Yeah.
They go get the ball. The receiving corps is ridiculous. I'm excited about them, but then we got guys to block for them. There's only 2 guys in this whole organization that gets a record, and their last name is Sanders.
That's true.
So
I know about that.
we got to make sure we take care of that one back there with the ball.
That's right.
All right, and when we do that, he's going to make the necessary read, the proper throws, because he's very accurate. He's always been his whole darn life, and we're going to get some things done. Because we have those little intangibles that's going to make it work. It's very rare that you have really good talent and a really good coaching staff and you don't win. Think about that. I have seen no one to disagree about the level of the coaching staff. So why would you find fault in the way we're going about acclaiming the kids?
Right.
But you said nothing about me assembling the coaching staff. So I'm good at that and not good at that. that assembling the coaching staff is harder than the kids.
100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
100%.
Right. There's no way we're gonna have this and not that. Yeah.
I would say though, because I grew up around here, played here, and forever. And remember now, this place has had one winning season in 2 decades.
Yeah, we know.
Right? Forever. People are like, oh, it's tough to recruit here. Tough to recruit. There's not a local recruiting
You
base.
got to be kidding me, man.
Well, so what's
Are
been
you
the
kidding?
experience?
Are you kidding?
You
Are
tell
you
me,
kidding me?
What's been your experience?
Right now, pretty Tony, we batting probably, I would say 95%.
You get a kid here.
It's
you're
a wrap.
Yeah.
And we don't have nothing for sale. we ain't selling nothing. We ain't selling you no dream or no vision. We ain't selling nothing. It is what it is. I'm too honest and straightforward to be selling you anything.
Yep.
When they get here, it's a wrap. There's no way you can look out the windows of our offices and see how beautiful the mountains are, the landscaping and the university and just the city, it's the weather. It's no way you have to sell this place. It sells itself. I don't understand how you can say that. Not only that, I think we're closing in on 20 young men from Florida. I love my Florida boys.
That's right.
Okay, so in the South, the South, we love that part of the country.
That's where all the players are at.
Let's just say this. Who won the national championship last year? Georgia.
Yep.
Who won the year for that? Georgia. Who won the year for that? Alabama. Who won the year for Alabama? Who won the year for that? Clemson. I may be wrong. I may be right. Right. Where is that located?
In the South.
Well, we're talking about the South.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love my guys from the other side of the country as well. And we can say that one from the other side of the country. Let's go.
Have you been pleasantly surprised when you get those kids from Florida, from the South, and you get them from Texas? I know you were in Texas for a long time
that's
as
right.
well, coaching high school football. When you get them up here,
They're
I'm
surprised
sure
like
that they're
I
like,
am.
wait, this is great.
They surprised like I was. First of all, man, I ain't never traveled nowhere. I ain't never been nowhere. I've only punched, I think, my passport maybe twice in my whole life. I'm a worker. I'm a homebody. I played baseball out here.
Yeah.
Played football, I think, once against the Broncos. I've never journeyed here, been on vacation, seen this kind of stuff. So the first walking in the snow, my first time was here. Once I got here. Just seeing the mountains, I've never,
Right.
honestly, never. I never wanted to vacation on this side of the country. I'm a Florida boy who lives in Texas. So, but seeing this and getting the opportunity to go to Vail,
Yeah.
and the views on the way there, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So you mean to tell me, Lord, I've missed all this time? What was wrong with me?
Right.
Yeah, am I stupid? Or what is wrong with me? So it's unbelievable and refreshing, man. And being able to tell some of our Florida boys or from our kids from the South, like, you got to experience a whole nother side of the country to really experience life.
Yeah.
Because if not, you just drinking just a half of the cup, man.
Yeah. I want to go back to one of your previous answers. You talked about assembling a great staff, which you have. You talked about assembling great talent, which you are doing currently,
Yes, sir.
and that's active and ongoing. I would say I think that there are questions about assembling a culture.
What is a culture?
Well, you tell me.
No, give me the definition. Everybody brings it up. When I was at Jackson over the last several years, they always talked about a culture. I said, explain what that means. And everybody's understanding of culture is different.
I would explain culture. Now, listen, I was raised by a Marine, was in Vietnam. He was also a high school football coach. The culture for me is the standard.
There you go.
And if the standard is always going to be what
God,
everyone has
see,
to reach for.
Your definition is totally different than the definition where I just came from. I love your definition.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And when you're talking about Marines and all that, that means you grew up with a lot of structure.
That's right.
That means you had to be early, not on time.
That's right.
That means it had to be like this or it wasn't going to be.
Shoes shine.
Exactly. Pointed in the right direction.
That's right.
Right. So I love that. When I think about culture, I think of the way of life. Like, I only know how to do things one way. And that's with every darn thing I got, with everything I got in it. And to give unconditionally, to love without fault, and to want what's ever the best. That's it for me. And we make no excuses. We make no excuses. A bunch of like-minded men who want to get their education, who want to play pro football and want to win. To me, that's a culture.
Yeah.
That's what we're building. That's the direction that we're going. One kid asked me, Coach, with all these new young men coming, how long you think it's going to take for us to get on one page? I said, it's a great question, son. Did you ask your high school coach that?
No, he didn't.
I say, when you go pro, are you going to ask your pro coach that? Because they get draft choices every year and free agents every year, so it's virtually probably 40% a new team every year, 30 maybe. They don't do that. They only do that in college.
So true.
I say, so it's not like that. We have June, July, and August to get on the same page. So by the time September rolls around and we go down to Fort Worth, no. When I say let's, the rest of the team gonna say go. We're gonna be adamant about every darn thing that we have intact at that point in time.
I love that you brought up that game, and you're referring to your first game. It's going to be against the team that lost to Georgia in the national championship game, TCU.
Yeah.
By the way, it's official. I'll be there. Gus will be there.
Amen.
Big noon kickoff is going to be there. That game's going to be on Fox.
Yeah.
Our premium window, and let's face it, like our premium window is going to be because of you. And all due respect to TCU.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm going.
I know you are.
Yeah,
I will though. Like I can say that. People all over are interested. They want to see. Mm-hmm. They want to know, feel, touch what's going to happen.
I want that. I love that. I embrace that. I engulf that. I envision that. I expect that. Why wouldn't I? I'm a winner. Why wouldn't I? Why would I want our kids on the largest stage in college football on that weekend? Why wouldn't I? That's what they want. They want us to be seen. They want us to be heard. They want the light. They want the oohs and the ahs. They want the claps. They want all that.
And if they don't, you don't want them.
Exactly. I ain't built like that, man. Like a lot of coaches, they give players offers, and I tell our staff, don't offer a kid unless we want him, because he's gonna mess around and accept.
We better want it.
You better want it. All right, and we don't want no one in that locker room that ain't like-minded. They gotta want that moment, and they gotta be ready to seize that moment and an opportunity, man.
A lot of people are gonna. Well, and I think again, there are people that they believe that this is just gonna like overnight.
What do you mean by it?
You win a national championship overnight.
Why not think like that?
Listen, I would love to think like that.
Why not think like that?
I also know in my profession, Coach, I know that a +4 or 5 in the win column is a drastic improvement.
Not for me. I don't think like that, man. I want it all. I don't want to sip. Baby, I want it all. I want to get full. I don't want to sip. I don't want one spoon. Give me it all, man. I don't need no pot pie where I got to put it in the oven for 45 minutes and take it out and poke the holes and blow on it for another 15 minutes and wait till it cool off. I ain't got time for that process. I want it now, and I want it all. And I feel like we're assembling the type of young men in the staff to have it. I really do. I really do.
So when we see you that opening week on Big Noon Kickoff, you think you got a team that can go down there and compete right away?
I don't think. I know. Yes. You got to think about what is the commonality that all the teams that went to the playoffs had last year.
Oh.
The one major thing.
They had talent.
Yeah. Didn't they have a quarterback?
And they had a quarterback.
We got that. What's the second thing? You could just pick and choose anything.
Listen. They all play so great on the line of scrimmage.
There you go. And they had athletes that was relentless, that wanted it and wanted to go get it.
Length, They're physical.
Yes.
They could run.
Athletic.
Their speed on the field.
Yes. That's what we brought into the house. So if we didn't see that, we opened the doors of the church.
Said, have a good Sunday.
Hey, hallelujah. God bless you. See you later.
This is the room, by the way. We're in the room
Yeah.
where your first. Listen, you've gone viral a lot.
We don't try.
Yeah, I know you. I know you don't try.
We
but
just being who we are.
This one was the first one here at Colorado. You come in,
Mm-hmm.
you do the press conference. The press conference was, I'd say, lots of energy.
Yeah.
Lots of energy at the press conference. You could just feel it, even just watching it. And then you came down and you staring at all these faces, and a lot of those faces, by the way, ain't here anymore.
We told him that.
And you
Did we lie?
you gave the line, and that line has become, almost infamous in and of itself. I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis. Take me into the line.
Did I lie?
Did you?
I don't
Did
rehearse
you write
this stuff.
that? I was
know,
gonna say,
I don't
was
rehearse
it
this
rehearsed?
stuff. No, I don't rehearse nothing. It just happens. Like I'm in front of these kids every day, and I give them a morning word of inspiration or something that I need them to identify and try to improve on. No, not whatsoever. You got to understand the thought process of that. Like I'm honest, man, to a
Yeah.
fault. I'm honest. I'm gonna say it. What I feel, and I'm gonna feel what I say. Now, leaving this room, I went into the individual's positional rooms. I walked into this one room, and they had music playing. It's your first time meeting me. I just get finished telling you, I'm bringing my Louis. I go into this one room, music is playing. I said, excuse me, what is this? Coach, we always bring the boombox into our position meeting room. I said, have you lost your mind? If you ever bring music into one of my meetings, I promise you, we will never see each other again in life. That's what I walked out of this room into. We always do that. Cell phone out, on the phone. That's the kind of junk
Yeah.
that was going on.
Yeah.
And I get rid of that, and you got a problem? See, they have no idea what was going on
Sure.
in this mess with that type of
Just-
foolishness.
They just build a narrative and
After I just got finished challenging you as young men, telling you this room right here will not be the room we go to Fort Worth with. I promise you that. It's going to be a lot of changes.
boombox.
It's up to
next
you.
door.
It's up to you to be one of those changes. And you gave it to me. You put it on the tee. You did short toss with me. And then,
A little soft top. In the cage. You went opposite corner of the
Oh
cage.
my God.
So then you get in the portal. No one's been as active as you in the portal. No one's been as successful as you in the portal. You have the number one transfer class.
We did the same thing in Jackson, my man, but it was Jackson.
Well, no.
And they didn't give it that type of credit and that type
100%.
of attention, but we did the same thing.
I'm more interested, just overarching, okay? Not specific to Colorado or the portal in college football.
Free agency.
Would you change anything about it?
Yeah, it's some details about it I would probably change, but I like it. I like it. Now, I'm built a little different. I'm old school. I was raised and taught, we're going to make it work. I'm not going to duck and dodge and leave if I can't beat this guy out. I'm going to beat him out eventually. We weren't built like that. Now, hey, man, if you're dissatisfied, just get in the portal. Just go. Now, we got to do our homework to find out why you went.
Sure.
What was that detail? What was inside of you that provoked you to leave? And is that still in you? Because if something don't happen right, are you going to leave again? Like, we got to figure out that the intellect part of that and understand smart, tough, fast, discipline with character. We got to really hone down on that and ask you some real questions that may make you uncomfortable.
To see if the fit's right.
There you go.
So then, NIL as well. You know?
NIL is not a problem with me. Collectives are. Let's talk about NIL. Name, image, and likeness. What kid out of let's just take it a high school part first, that is notable enough that a CEO of a major company is going to lay it on the line for a kid that ain't nobody know?
Not many.
There you go. So it's not NIL. It may be 4 guys in all of college football that we've seen on a commercial nationally. We happen to have probably 2 of them here, okay? Shador and Travis. NIL, they're killing it. Collectives, you could be Tom, Dick, Harry, and Larry, and you just put a bag together.
Yeah.
Boosters or whatever, whoever does it, and try to solicit these kids to come to your university. Who is that helping? I want the kid to get compensated. I want him to be straight, by all means. But you got to balance the fine line. Is he still going to want it like that when you've just given him that and he didn't have to earn it? I wish it was a kind of a way to measure your ability and what you bring to the table.
Yeah. Before.
Yeah. And I have no problem whatsoever.
And I'm with you on that. I think that the inducement side of NIL it's not good for the sport. And I don't think it's good for the kids either. They might be getting a little bit of money.
It ain't NIL.
But
collectives.
It's collectives.
There you go.
It's the inducement.
There you go.
Know, the inducement to come to the place or the tampering, in the portal. And I don't know
these
if there's
kids
a
got
fast
agents,
fix.
man. These kids got not only agents, they got the homies who's representing them, who's just trying to use them and playing them. They don't go to the school that they should go to. They don't even ask questions about the defense or the offense or the scheme or the personnel or how you're going to use me. What am I going to get? Out. That's what you're going to get. Out. that, you know what I'm saying? If that's your prerogative, your first thing, I don't want you. I want you to chase that NFL bag.
Yeah, that's the real one.
I want you. That's what's going to sustain you.
That's right.
This may maintain you for whatever. And now everybody is. It's crazy now, man. It's crazy. It really is.
Although, you say 4 or 5 guys in college that are on national ads. I can think of a guy back in the 80s that would have been on national ads.
It would have been nice.
You would have done really well.
It would have been nice. But I had the game.
You had the game.
I had the game. See, right now, they putting the bag before the game. The game has to come before the bag. Ball out. We want to give it to you when you ball. I wouldn't mind if it was play like objectives.
Sure.
Yeah.
Almost contractual.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then you'll know.
Performance bonuses, things of that nature.
Yeah, most definitely. I would like that involved because I want them to be happy. I want them to be comfortable. I don't want them to be filthy rich.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you because I don't want that taken away from this because I want you to, longevity, man. I want you to get that NFL bag. I want you to get that Jalen Hurts bag, man. That Lamar Jackson bag. I want you to get it. I want you to get to that point or even a quarter of that point.
Well, as you know, that hunger and that drive that you're talking about, that fire, deep, that has to burn for a while.
Yeah.
Because that bag doesn't show up until you're 4 years into the NFL.
That's right.
So it's not just what you get when you come in as a high school player or a transfer into college. You got to then get drafted, then you got to go and you got to play for 5, 6, 7 years. Yes.
Consistently and be on your way up. You can't be on your way down. You got to be on your way up because either you coming and going in this world. It's one or the other. You either coming or you going. We coming.
I was going to let you say.
Oh, that was a good setup, wasn't it? We coming.
It was.
Yeah.
Hey, one of the things I've really loved watching is the documentary. Coach Prime on Prime.
Yeah.
Tell me what we can expect of the next season and the next iterations.
I think it's bigger, better. The storylines that I know already with some of the kids that we've attained is unbelievable. Just following the journey, following some of our guys that came over from Jackson to see the difference thereof. Shador, of course, he's our quarterback. Travis, what he's going shoot. we got some receivers that out of this world, but they came from situations that is gonna blow your mind. I mean, blow your mind. Like Jimmy Horn, man, when you hear about what he's come through to get to, wow. And it's so many different storylines that even with some of the coaches, I can't wait for the country to meet Sal.
Yeah.
D-line coach, man. Sal is a national treasure. I have to hug him every day just because he just brings so much joy, and you don't know what he's going to say, but he coaches his butt off, and he has the blueprint to success in the NFL as a defensive lineman. And it's going to be intriguing because you got to understand the crowds are bigger. Everywhere we're going to go, it's going to be sold out.
Sure.
You know that. Even at home now. And I'm excited, man. I really am.
Well, shoot, as a buff, I'm excited as well. Although I got to tell you, if I was sitting in the room, I was just a walk-on, right?
Yeah.
I left baseball, come in as a walk-on. Your Louis would have replaced me, man. When I heard that, I was like, man, I would have been one of those guys that I would have been on my way out.
You just had to go get it.
That's right.
You know what? We have a camp next week, a couple weeks from now. Walk-on and junior college kids. We have over 300 kids, man.
Love it.
So
there are going to be one or two in there.
and guess what I'm
You'll
going to do?
find them.
And guess what I'm going to do for them? I'm going to give them scholarships on the spot
I love it.
because I've held something back for them. So that's what you get when you make those changes because I already knew what I was going to do down the street. Everybody don't understand the vision.
I've been, a lot like you. I played baseball, and I've done a lot of cool things in my career, not obviously like you, but I will tell you this. One of the most proud days of my life, other than becoming a father of my life, was the day I earned my scholarship.
That's it.
Because I had done it with those guys. They had seen it. They had seen the work. They had seen everything that went in. So I love that.
I can't wait to see them because you got to realize the numbers out of 300 kids. You don't think we're gonna find
You're gonna
or
find a
six
few.
that can flat out go, and we already know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But just to have the attraction for 300 kids to come, and our youth camps are over 1,000, and everywhere we go is crazy. We love it.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous challenge, but we love it.
Well, I'm excited for it. I really am. And
Appreciate
I know you
it,
ain't too hard to find.
Ain't hard to find. Isn't that what the shirt says?
That's what the
Ain't hard to
shirt
find.
says. I'll see you in Fort Worth, my man.
I can't wait.
All right.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a swag out of this world when you see me.
You better.
Because by that time, I'm gonna see. I would have been and seen the blueprint of what's gonna transpire. I can't wait.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, boss.
You got it.
Thank you.
You
Thank
got
you,
it.
everybody.